My objective here is to break down this large multi-marker project into a series of 6 separate projects, each consisting of one marker segment, so that each segment can be further edited and eventually produced as their own video. To proceed, my first step will be to convert the existing timeline markers into media markers. If I don't do this, the timeline markers will not survive a round trip through library. With the playhead at the beginning of the project, let me do some zooming here. I will use the image clips on track 2 to hold the media markers. I'll click on the vertical green line under the marker on the first image clip here at t equals 0. And you can see I've converted that timeline marker to a media marker. I will navigate to the next marker using Control right bracket. Next, I'll do a little more zooming. What I need to do first is to position the marker so it's right on the division between these two clips. So I'll grab it and slide it over. Next, I'll select and delete this transition. I'll use the delete key. I won't need that transition when I produce separate videos from each of these marker segments. I'll use Control left bracket to send the playhead back to the marker. Then I will use Control Shift Home to select from the marker back to the beginning of the project. Then Control F9 to zoom out the timeline. Then it's right click on the selection. Add playhead selection to library. Now I'll rename this first snippet project sequence 01, enter key. Finally, I'll double click on the red playhead selector to collapse the selection, which will put the playhead back at the second marker. Off camera, I'll follow the same procedures for sending the remaining marker segments to library. After all the separate marker segments have been sent to the library as a sequence project, I'll load each one in turn, edit it, produce it, and archive it. So I'll add the first one to the timeline. I'll use the same dimensions I was using before. First thing I'll do is ungroup the project, Control U. Then I'll use Control F9 to display the entire project. And then Control M to display the marker. And I see that the markers survive the round trip through library. I'll edit this project, produce it, and then export it as a zip for archiving purposes. Likewise, I'll follow the same procedures for the other 5 sequence projects.